All right, this is cause number 2021 CR 10756, the state of Texas versus Karen Izaguirre. Attorneys, please make your announcements for the record.
Sheldon Schaefer for Ms. Izaguirre.
Luis, can you get Luis from a breakout room, please? I actually don't see Luis signed on. Was someone else gonna, there he is. These are all the sheets I have. It's all
I'm here,
there.
Your Honor.
Okay, announcements, please.
Luis Echeverria for the state of Texas.
All right, Ms. Izaguirre is appearing by video conference from the Bexar County Jail. Go ahead and tell me your full name, ma'am.
Karen Izaguirre.
Okay, sorry. On the screen, I'm showing you the true bill of indictment that was filed in this case. It alleges the offense of evading arrest or detention in a motor vehicle. It also alleges a repeat offender enhancement allegation. State, how are we going to proceed on this case?
Judge, we're going to proceed only on the underlying charge and would move to waive and abandon the repeater enhancement.
No
Okay.
objection, Your Honor.
So Ms. Izaguirre, we're going to proceed just on the third-degree felony evading arrest or detention in a motor vehicle that is punishable by confinement in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, the Institutional Division, for any period between 2 and 10 years confinement. It also carries a possible fine of up to $10,000. Do you understand the range of punishment that applies?
Yes, ma'am.
You have the right to a jury trial. You have the right to cross-examine the witnesses against you. And you have the right to remain silent. Those are your constitutional rights. Do you understand those?
Yes, ma'am.
When you sign the document I have on the screen called the Court's Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers, what you're telling me is that you're going to give up those rights. Is that what you intend to do today?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this your electronic signature here at the bottom that I'm showing you?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, ma'am.
If you were not a citizen of the United States, I'm still required to tell you that a plea of guilty or no contest to this charge could result in deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law. Ms. Izaguirre, are you satisfied with the representation of Mr. Schaefer?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Schaefer, does your client have a rational and factual understanding of the proceedings against her?
She does, Your Honor.
Has she been able to assist you in the preparation of any defenses?
She has.
In your opinion, is she mentally competent to waive her rights and enter into a plea?
She is, Your Honor.
I will accept the waiver of rights and make it part of the record. Ms. Izaguirre, on the screen, I have the plea bargain agreement that you made. It calls for punishment to be assessed at 3 years confinement in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. There are no applications for probation. Is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that your understanding, Mr. Schaefer?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that your understanding?
It is, Your Honor.
What is your plea to the charge of evading arrest and detention in a motor vehicle? Is it guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Are you entering a plea of guilty because you are guilty and for no other reason?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone forced you to enter a plea
No, ma'am.
or offered you anything in exchange for your plea?
No, ma'am.
I will accept the plea of guilty. I find the plea is voluntarily made, and I will ask the state to tender its proof.
The state offers State's Exhibit 1 and all attachments pending any objection from defense counsel.
No objection, Your Honor. We've reviewed them.
State's 1 is admitted. Mr. Schaefer, are you satisfied the state complied with Article 3914 in this case?
I am, Your Honor.
I will sign the discovery acknowledgement and make it part of the record. Give me just a few minutes.
Yeah, I found the paper and yeah, it was the lady. I don't know. Brandon, Denise, you can go to room 2. I'm showing 2 Cedillos. If I unmute you, can you say who you are?
James Anders.
Antonio Perez.
What is your name, sir?
Antonio Perez.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's so cold. Hi, okay.
Ms. Chavez,
Yes, sir.
could I be put in with DA Daniel Gutierrez?
And Ashley, if you could put me in with Mr. Miller in a breakout room, please. Ms. Paul Smith.
Are you good like that? Or you want it bigger?
Bigger.
All right, let's go back on the record, please.
Who did you need, Mr. Smith?
Did they hear me?
Mr. Miller, to L12.
Can I ask that you guys chat, Ashley, whatever you need, please, so I can finish up on the record? I do find the evidence is sufficient to substantiate your guilt, and I will find you guilty of the offense of evading arrest or detention in a motor vehicle. I'm going to assess punishment at 3 years confinement in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, the Institutional Division. You do get credit for the time that you have been in custody on this case. Are you still on parole, ma'am? Go ahead and unmute yourself.
No, ma'am, I'm not on parole.
Okay.
I
Were
discharged-
you on parole at the time you picked this up?
No, ma'am, I discharged September 29, 2020 from TDC.
Okay, just making sure.
Yes, ma'am.
This is a plea bargain case, Ms. Isaguirre. I followed your plea bargain agreement. You do not have a right to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. You're excused.
Thank you, Judge. Good luck, Karen.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Schaefer. Okay, what do I do? Exit out?
You ready on Pierce, Tilden?
Yes, Your Honor.
Where's Mr. Pierce? There you are. Yeah. Russell. Well, you're Pierce, right? Your last name is Pierce? Okay, go ahead and unmute yourself, Mr. Pierce. I don't think I need it. He's not getting revoked.
Judge, this is Tilden.
Yes, sir.
I'm just realizing I probably need to go with my client, Mr. Pierce, briefly to do the waiver for video hearing regarding the MTR on this.
That's fine. I can also ask him on the record. We could.
And that's
do it any
fine
way you
too.
want.
That works too, Judge.
Can you ask the jail to pull up that document for him to sign while we're doing this? Mr. Pierce, you want to go forward on Zoom today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
What,
we need you to sign one of the documents I sent you. It's only one document.
were y'all gonna extend my probation by 2 years? Is that what I understood from the last time I was here? They just had,
We're
didn't
not
have an
there yet.
evaluation? Oh, okay. That's what I
We're not
heard.
there yet.
Sorry.
That's okay, that's okay. I'm just pulling up all the judgments. I'm almost done. Yes, he has to sign that. So, Mr. Schaefer, on the assault family second, it's 7 years, and then the other two, the injury to the elderly and the harassment are 5 years.
That is correct. And we've got an agreement to, Russell, we still have that agreement to continue on probation. No,
Okay.
not going to prison, okay?
All right.
That's correct, Judge.
Okay, let's go on the record. This is cause number 2016 CR 0159, 2016 CR 2795, and 2020 CR 7320. The state of Texas versus Russell Pierce. Attorneys, please make your announcements for the record.
Legislator for the state.
Tilden Schaefer for Mr. Pierce.
Mr. Pierce, I'm going to show you the motion to revoke probation. Am I going to take a plea or are you guys just going to withdraw state?
And we do not have an agreement, so we have to go forward.
Okay. So Mr. Pierce, if you can take a look at the screen, you need to stop doing what you're doing and actually pay attention to the screen because I'm going to tell you some important information. Go ahead and unmute yourself. And can you tell me your name for the record?
Russell Pierce.
Okay, on the screen, I have the motion to revoke the community supervision. In each of your cases, it's the same allegations. So,
Yes, ma'am.
State, go ahead and read the allegations.
My position.
On or about the 22nd day of December 2021 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Russell A. Pierce committed the offense of criminal trespass, private property in violation of condition number 1.
Is that true or not true, Mr. Pierce?
Need to unmute again, Russell.
Sorry, yes, it was a diamond shamrock, yes.
On or about the 22nd day of December 2021 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Russell A. Pierce committed the offense of fail to ID to a police officer, false, fictitious information in violation of condition number 1.
Is that true or not true,
It's true.
Mr. Pierce?
It's true.
That's what I'm saying, but there's no girl that's watching me. Can't see nothing worse than that.
I will enter a plea of true to the violations that were read into the record. Now, Mr. Pierce, you have 3 different motions to revoke. So, Mr. Pierce, can you sit up and stop wiggling around? Can you unmute yourself? You have 3 different cases.
Okay.
And all of them allege the exact same thing. So do you want me to enter a plea of true to the other 2 cases as well?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I will enter pleas of true to violation of condition number 1 as alleged in the motions to revoke community supervision and the remaining cause numbers that I read into the record. All right, there's no recommendation, so tell me what you each are asking for.
Judge, I'm asking that you follow the evaluation and send the defendant to inpatient treatment, the DDRF, and follow the conditions that are recommended by probation.
Mr. Schaefer?
Judge, I think we're in agreement partially is probably a more correct way of saying this, that we're both agreeing to keep him on probation, but Mr. Pierce would like the chance to prove to the court that he can do this on his own through outpatient treatment and not inpatient.
Okay, I understand. However, we already tried that.
Judge, I think there's something going on with his make sure he's hearing all this. Russell, can you unmute? All right, Russell, go ahead and sit down because the judge is talking to you.
No.
Oh, yes, sir.
Because you have a habit of.
You're all
knocking
good.
yourself out. Let me finish doing this for you, okay? P-I-E-R-C.
Yes.
Okay,
I think he's filling the
Russell,
form out, Judge.
you Russell?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, just saying, okay. Okay, they don't mean nothing. Ah.
And
Okay, Mr. Pierce,
the
What you're-
officer, I'm sorry.
that's okay. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Oh, no, the last time we had talked, the officer's doing something, I'm trying not to talk loud because the guy next to us. They had told me that they were gonna extend it by 2 years and and my counselor had already come up here and told me that they have an opening in the Genesis program. When I got out to, the last time, I was gonna go, my family dropped me off, at a motel. I got a room and I walked to the store to get, something to eat and I got busted with no ID. And they have an opening for me at the Genesis program. It's not that I wasn't gonna cooperate. It's just that I didn't have transportation. I'm gonna go get my ID. It cost me $100. I still got money left. I need to redo my check, because my parents have my children. And, I'm trying to get them back because I've been a single father, for 18 years. And now that I'm coherent and applicable to society with my, or the habitat that I'm in with my medication and finally steady, because they sent me to the state hospital and I got steady on it. And my regimen is steady. I'll be complacent and, I understand. And you said that as long as I didn't have injurious or harmful contact with my brother, that I could be all right.
Hang on.
And
Mr.
we're looking
Russell.
for a place together.
Okay, Mr. Russell, I heard you out this time. I heard you out the last time. There's actually been 2 times that you've been in front of me and I've not sent you to residential treatment. So today is the day. I'm going to find that violations of condition number 1 for the criminal trespass and number 1 for the failure to ID are true. I'm going to deny the state's motion and I am going to alter and amend the conditions of probation to provide for the dual diagnosis residential treatment program. I'm going to need you to go into and also followed by mixed supervision. So go into a breakout room so you can sign your new conditions.
So what does that mean, ma'am?
You're going to residential treatment. That's where you're going. Do I need to extend them for anything? On the 2 cases that have a 5-year term, yeah, extend them for 2 years. So on the harassment of public servant and injury to the elderly, extend them for 2 years. Any questions about what you have to do, Mr. Pierce?
Oh, ma'am.
I know that's not what you wanted to hear, but that's what we're going to do today. All right, thank you. You're excused. Go into the breakout room, please. Yes. I think I did it already. Does anyone else need to announce?
Scott McCrum,
We're going to
Judge.
breakout room. I'm gonna go to breakout room.
I'm not done with him. Where is he going?
I think the judge told him to go. I mean, the guard told him to go.
Yeah, I'll get him back. Don't
That's
worry.
what I heard. Goodness.
Judge, I need to announce.
Hang on a minute. It's like we have the 2 extreme opposites. They either take them when we're not ready to take them, or they don't take them when we're ready for them to take them. Just can't get it right. I'm not bringing them though, even when we open back up. Okay. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Who's that, Judge? Scott McCrum?
Yes.
On Brian Rowell. Judge, Mr. Rowell would like a trial, please.
Okay, I do believe he would be on the lineup for the 14th.
I've got, is that going to be a morning docket, Judge? Because I know I've got a federal sentencing in Del Rio at 1:30.
It's an in-person jury selection.
Well,
So bring your continuance that day, I suppose.
okay,
For now, I'm gonna set it for March 14th for trial.
Okay.
Um, if you want to file it before the 14th, I'll be here again on Thursday, but then I won't be here for spring break. So
Okay,
if you need me to rule on it, you need to file it.
I will. Thank you, Judge.
And probably I would just push it to the next week. We're gonna have jury selection every Monday.
Yeah, I've got a trial setting every week this month, so. Just
We'll
pile it
fight for
on.
you.
Just add it
I'll
on.
rock,
to the-
paper, scissors for you.
Thank you. All right.
All right,
John
we'll
Foley.
just file it.
Yes,
Go ahead
ma'am.
and file it, Scott. I'll take care of it. Yes, Mr. Foley?
Judge, Melissa Christian and I have Alfredo Martinez Contreras. We have, our client wants a trial, but